Hello. Hello, everyone. Hi. Good evening. I was trying to post the usual link on the Unreal Discord, but it seems that they closed the channel, so it's not possible anymore. They restructured a bit. Things. So I don't know. They have a work in progress, but they have a launch, but I don't know. I will wait until they tell me where is the new place, if there is a new place. Actually, I was using that channel a lot just to post the link of our streams, but if they removed it, there were also other people. I don't know. Have you found another Discord about the Unreal Engine? Actually, I never searched because this one is the biggest. So, but I think it's a good point, Ulla. I think it's a good point. I can search Unreal Engine and see if there is a new one. This one is Unreal Engine and it's called the Unity 3D. Okay. Game portal, Russian, no thank you. I don't join channels of assassins, I'm sorry. Game developer cafe, game dev, Unreal Engine. This server is brand new. It's about game developer and designer helping one another for creating their games. I don't know, I can in theory join all of those. Showing hobby projects, helping each other. I can join some of these places and see. Wait, the music is too loud. The music is starting to be annoying. But yes, I think this could be another, another place. It seems there are many. In theory, I should join them all. I should join them all, and I should let people know that we exist, right? Let me see. Hangouts, gaming, general stuff, Unreal chat, animation, cinematic, concept art, level design, modeling, programming, user interface. Let's see if there is any. There is also jobs, looking for work, releases, helpful stuff. I don't know. General stuff. Let me try to post here. I don't know how many people there are here. It's like 300 people, so I think it's good. Huh? Hi. I'm streaming Unreal Engine development pretty much every evening. Is there a channel here? Is there a channel in this server to post the link when I go live? Let me see if I can change my nick. Let's see if I can change my nick. Oops, I cannot. Cannot use commands? No, I cannot. Okay, anyway, I think this is a good thing though. I think I should review all these Unreal Engine servers and probably join them all. And like there is Unreal Dev. Like here there are 1,600 people, so seems to be pretty big. Even if I don't think I should just join the big ones, I think I can join also the small ones. Showcase. I'm just watching a bit of the content. Releases after. No. Yeah, but this is good though. I mean, it evolved a lot in the last few years. I remember in the last few years I was searching these kind of servers and I didn't find any. So it seems that it definitely evolved compared to some time ago. I don't know. Let me post in general 1 second. You are welcome to post it on show off. Okay, nice. Okay, so this server, for example, allows it, which is nice. It's pretty cool. Right. Why? In this channel I cannot type streaming. Okay, streaming is not allowed. What do you mean? Okay, anyway. No big unofficial. Yeah, I think I found 2. Okay, seems that streaming for some reason is a banned word, but Twitch is not. So okay, so I'm going to yeah. Okay, good. I think I will. I was also watching this
content creation,
yearly
all the way to
review
Final Pixels. And another part
of
in that
Unreal
process involves our Epic Mega Grants program. After 4 years, the
If you think that she has kind of weird hair, yes, she has.
Epic Mega Grants program is still going strong, reaching over 1,800 recipients. Be sure
they're doing sign language to help communicate to folks that may be hard of hearing, to, you know, obviously quirky, adorable, fun, innovative games, right? It's all kinds of different projects that get to be supported. So.
Yeah, and it feels great to be able to play at least a small part in...
Okay, no, I'm not gonna watch it now, but I was watching it before. I was trying to understand what they presented in 22. Okay, I have to remember though where I need to post the stuff. But okay, so we were working on our mini game, right? So let me switch screen here a second. Okay, is everything connected? Everything is connected. Okay. I was working on the mini games, and what I realized is that, I mean, I did some work to integrate what we did externally into PlaneShift, and it's not working yet, but it's nearly working. So I think that the only piece that I'm missing is actually setting the game board, right? And I have to think 1 second where I should set it, but pretty much when we do this and we update yeah, it is a bit of duplication. This method is a bit of a duplication. I think we should remove it, but I think pretty much here. I think we should do it here. And the game board will be this widget, right? Because he's expecting a UPS game board. Yeah. Mean streaming. Why? Hula, please. A phrase should be complete. Otherwise, it's impossible for me to understand. It's impossible to understand what you mean. Okay, so we are going to recompile this, and then I'm gonna run it and see. I think in general it's very hard to reach people. I mean, making a game is hard, but having your game played, I think, is way harder. Online. Yeah, I said Twitch. Twitch seems to be allowed. I don't know. I don't know why streaming is not allowed. Yeah, I think that's another work to do, you know. If we analyze all these channels, we connect to all these channels, and we check a bit the the quality, and if we can advertise the game and things like that, it would be very nice. They are not ordered by... Unreal Dev has more than Unreal Slackers, but probably Unreal Slackers is not even in the list. Yeah, it's not in the list for whatever reason. I think it's not even in the list. A checkers game. Yeah, checkers game. I basically did it. I mean, checkers game is nearly done. We will just have to add the rules, but you know, the game itself is working. It is basically working, my friends. Why is always night, huh? But we don't care. Okay, you see that the board shows up. Now, the problem is... Doesn't. Doesn't at all. Why? If I click on this, he's saying... Mouse down. That's very strange. I mean, do you think that this is not a share pointer and so is getting deleted? Because that's very strange, but it seems is what is happening. It seems that the pointer that I'm passing to the game board is not... I mean, to the tile is not working as expected. In theory, we should go, yeah, inside here, exactly. Minigame option, read only. Maybe the minigame option is read only. I have no idea. Let me check 1 second. The minigame definition. The minigame definition. So we are working with already placed pieces. Maybe it's read only. No, it's not read only. It's black plain. By the way, it's black plain, so in theory. Nah, there is something else. There is something else going on here. There is something else going on. Okay, I'm starting it in debug mode. Because I want to understand. I think in theory it will bail out on this line. That is probably why. That is probably what is going on. Let's see. Just in board, just one beer, silicon dark and one white one? Yeah. Ah, you mean the other game, yes. Well, you can make all the games. In theory, you can make many games. With the same layout, you know. You can have different sides. You can have different rules, different pieces. Okay, let me see. So this is fine. Now, as soon as I click here, yes, we will... okay. The tile is disabled. Okay, so the state is wrong. I see. The state of the tile... The state of the tile, for some reason, is disabled. All the tiles are disabled? All the tiles are disabled, yes. Well, it's considered empty, actually. It's considered empty? How can it be considered empty? Okay. So we have a problem that the tile is not set. Is not set properly. So it means that when we generate the board, here, set tile content, state, set tile content, set state. Because this was the old one. Wait. Okay. One second. There is a mistake. Yeah, there is a mistake. There is a mistake because the set state... where was that? It was here at the end. Yeah, it was at set tile piece. Yes. Setting tile. Let me see. Setting tile. So in reality, I was doing it here. Yes, it's only this line is missing. Code art, blah blah blah. This one is missing, and actually it will be different though. It will be state equal to what? State equal to, I think it's called state as well. I think it's called state. Yeah. State is not a good name. I mean, it's not a good name in this function. We should call it in-state or something like that, because otherwise it's clashing with the existing member. Okay. Yeah. Now I think it will work. Because I was not setting it. So in reality, the other the other method is completely useless. I think I need to do a bit of a cleanup, and I will do it soon. But this method basically becomes obsolete because we do all in set tile content. So this one becomes obsolete. It means that this one becomes obsolete. I will comment it out and then I will remove it. When everything works, I will do a pass of, cleanup. Restore state is calling set state. You should call set tile content. Now, also this one I think is obsolete, by the way. We have a lot of obsolete stuff. But yeah. By the way, no one answered me on the former Unreal Engine forum. Check out channel. Okay. Yes, we now have to remove it from here. And we have now here, we will have to redo this function. But let me say that for now we use set tile content, okay? State... wait, what is going on here? We have to convert it to... okay. Yeah, I'm not really happy about this part. I will change it. But for now, let's just go this way. Okay. Let's launch it normally. Maybe we are lucky and works. If not, I will launch it in debug mode. Start to have a big too many channels. I think this one I will leave. Hello, Fergus. I am porting the minigame prototype from the external project to our game, right? So I'm doing that, and I'm trying to see if we can port. It's not super easy. Nice. Very good. Fantastic. You arrived at the right moment. He's actually working. He's actually working. Aha. Fantastic. Let me just check one thing. Yeah. If you drop outside is... yeah, if you drop outside is okay. I think if you drop outside, it makes sense that it's resetting the mouse cursor anyway, so I think it's fine. Nice. Nice. Now, okay, so we officially have it as a game window now. And it is working as expected. Now, the only problem is, if I open more than one, what happens? Nothing happens, huh? Okay, good. Now, I don't know if the status is reset. Let me see. No, it's not. So, meaning that whatever you have... yeah, but that may be by purpose. Now, the other thing I need to figure out is why these pieces are not the right color. But that's something I can figure out. Okay, that's very good. That is very good, actually. So it means that our it means that this works. Okay. Let me reason on what. So, what are the next steps now? What are the next steps? I think it would be good to clean up a bit this thing, but I think we need to be sure that the options are working. I think we need to be sure that the options are working. Because at the moment I have a 5x5 with this layout, right? Let me try to connect maybe another board. But for example, here it'd be strange because game board options is saying black plain, right? And I don't remember these options, but I think we had a bunch of options. Black means that it starts with a black on the top left, but it is missing. But yes, I think it's, you see, it's black, white, black. So yeah, the first one is actually a black. But we need to do we have any of this documented anywhere, or probably not. Do we have a mini game? Do we have a mini game thingy, or mini game scripting? Ah, we have a mini game scripting. Very nice. Very nice. Action location entry. Okay. The layout attribute defines the layout of the game board. Yeah, the thing that I don't understand is the no, okay, the layout is in the. Yeah, but we have a layout. We have a layout column, though. We have a layout column. Is optional to override the default. Ah, okay. So there is an additional. So you can also put it in the XML to actually override. The session attribute allows the game to be personalized. The end game attribute specifies the session has to end. Okay. The script option allows to name a progression event script to run when the game board meets the end game rule. And following variable. Okay, that's very nice. That's very nice. Game rules. But game rules. Game rules. And game rules. Tile types. Empty tile. But it is not. I mean, this is good. This is good, but is missing. Let me see. Minigame scripting. This one is the same, though. Minigame scripting. No, because my problem is not the scripting. My problem are this thing. For example, game board options, right? Game board options. And I don't think we have it documented anywhere. Game board table. White checked. But it's not really. Ah, he's here, he's here. He's only the. Ah, okay, maybe he's here. Wait. Maybe he's here. Maybe he's here. Game options, default, white checked. White, black, colors of the board, white or black. Plain means one color, checked means checkerboard. Ah, okay, it's only this. I thought it was more than that, but probably not. Because I think there was something like move only, but it is probably inside the rules. Rules move type. Ah, okay, so this is just okay. So it seems that black and plain does not work, right? Black and plain does not work. Why? Probably because I have modified this code. Yeah. I think the reason is that I have modified exactly. White game option and black square. Okay, and this one we have, right? This one we have. This one we have. No, this one I changed. Fuck. Yeah, I did a bit of damages when I did a bit of damages when I have. Yeah, we have two functions right now. We have this setup board and we have setup board. I mean, it's the same function actually with two different parameters, and at the moment this is not but I don't think we are calling this, right? I think we are calling the other one. Because I wait a sec. One is client side, the other is server side. Oh my god. One is client side, the other is server side. Probably. But in the old code, what did we have? In the old code, we had this setup board, and I think nothing else. We had this setup board, and then we had update board, right? But this is all client side in the old game, right? Is all client side. Because the update server side happens only in in theory, it should happen only in Minigame Manager. Because Minigame Manager is a server side, right? The only thing that, yeah, exactly. When we do add player, when we do add player, and then we are pushing the broadcast of the game board. Exactly. So in the same way, in the new game, we have our minigame manager. Exactly the same, right? So minigame manager is the one that says, hey, there is a new game. Game board setup. Yes, this is the server side game board setup. The then is broadcasted. The then is broadcasted. When you add the player, but I don't remember where the hell is that. This is only the loading. This is only the loading. So it's definitely not in the loading. Is in the start or in the restart, one of the two. Game board setup. It's not very clear. The sequence is not super clear, I have to say, but cannot be in the board, it must be in the session. But anyway, is when we do add player. Whenever we do add player, that's where we do the thing, right? Okay, is here. So is in handle start game request. Okay. So this is the one that 100% we are calling, right? We are calling this one for sure, server side. And then we are sending the session to the specific player. And this is when we visualize the board. So inside add player, at a certain point, I don't know exactly. Yeah, send initial minigame setup. I think it's probably this one. Yes, exactly. This one. And this one is preparing the board, is deciding first of all if it's a checkerboard or if it's a dice game board. And if it's a checkerboard, is sending the initial setup. Okay, so this function is then going to the client, and in the client is calling, and in the client is creating the new window, and the new window then generates a new game board with the proper setup, and I think it's calling this setup board here. Now I don't remember 100%, so maybe let's review it 1 second. I think it would be nice to document, you know, more of this stuff. I think it would be nice to have someone, you know, that has access to the source code and is actually helping me to document all this stuff, because if I have to develop and document on the wiki, it's going to take forever. In theory, I should create a page, you know, that is called something like minigame setup, or just minigames. And I think it should be inside Unreal Engine configurations, where we have all of this. And yeah, I think we should. And we should have minigames, and I don't know if there is already a page called Minigames. Probably not. And then inside Minigames, I think I need to explain available type, available minigame types, right? And I think we can have we can have the dice cup, and we can have the board game, right? And I think both mini games, well, not really, but both mini games are using, yes, both mini games are using the same database table, but they're using it in a slightly different way. So like the dice cup as a game type dice cup, right? And then pretty much the rest is not very relevant at the moment. Maybe it will be in the future, but at the moment it's not. So all mini games use I think it's called game boards table. Yeah. Use games board table to define, to define the basics of the game. And then dice cup game as game board table dot game board table dot game type equal to dice cup, while a board game as this equal to game board, right? Then what I want to say is that a board game I think I would like to say that there is a minigame manager, right? There is a minigame manager. Minigame manager is called by the client to initiate a game, right? And actually, the method that we are calling is handle minigame manager no, send initial, add player, yeah, exactly, add player, handle start game request. Handle start game request. So this is the thingy. Say with this. With this, right? And then this one is calling. This one is calling. I cannot type in the same. No, I cannot. GG. And then this one is calling. I cannot have two lines with the same pre-formatted. No. Is it impossible? Why? No. Holy shit. No, I'm sure it's possible. What the fuck? Cannot have it, huh? Super annoying. 3 is pre-formatted. Ah, you see that you can. 3 or 2 is pre-formatted. 2 is pre-formatted. So basically this is then calling, so handle start game request, right? Is then calling, we said add player. It's calling session add player. And session add player, fuck again. GG. And session and session whatever is then calling send initial minigame setup. That then is calling player controller receive minigame board setup. Right? And this goes client side. And this goes client side. Then the client receives the request, right? The client receives the request, and we get it in. So we get this. We get the receive initial board setup, right? And this one we receive it in player controller. And okay. And then this one is basically popping up the window, and then it's calling. At the moment, it's calling handle message. It's calling handle message. It's calling handle message inside WinMG board. It's calling handle message. So basically, we go in game board. And it will go in handle message, and handle message will go into update board. But I was thinking we were going the other way. Ah, because then update board is calling setup board. Ah, because if it's new, if it's a new board, it's calling setup board. Ah, okay. I see. That is why. That is why. Okay. Clear. Clear. Well, it's a bit of a... But yeah, I understand. He's doing this only the first time to set up a new board, and so if we go below this, we are okay. So it is really calling setup board. So it means that the other one setup board. So it means that he's calling this setup board and not the other setup board. I think the other setup board, which is this one, I think at this point is outdated. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a copy-paste. That's the problem. It's a kind of a copy-paste, one of the others, so it's kind of annoying. Plain Blanc. I need to compare these two functions and understand why I have to, because or let me say it differently. I need to understand if the other setup board is called by anyone, right? Because I don't think it is. I could comment it out, but I don't think it's called by anyone. Because in theory it's doing the same stuff. Can I split the view? Yeah, let's split the view 1 second. And let's look at the other setup board. Okay. So the first check that I do, you know what is strange? It's strange that I think I'm calling this, not this. But anyway, this piece is the same as this, right? You see that it is a copy paste. You see that it is a copy paste. Because this one is the same. It's just a different thingy. But is the same thing, and then from here down, are we doing this twice? Invalid number of columns or rows. Too many rows. I think then here we do the same. Yeah, you see, it's the same. It's the same 4. It's the same 4. Is the same cycle here. Is the same thing here. Now here is changing a bit, because here I have the new settings. So this is the new code, and here I'm checking the game options, which is nice. While this, okay, I think I can delete this method. Here I have the addition to the horizontal box, the setting of the column, the flipping of the colors, and this list of available pieces, yeah, I think is good anyway. Okay, I think in a kind of a bold move, let's comment out completely this one, and because I think at the moment it's not called, and let's see what happens. Because unfortunately I did the porting, right? But then I also did the example outside of this project, and then I merged it again. So that's why we have some methods that are unfortunately duplicated. Yeah, that is the one that we use for setting up the board. And it is really client side, huh? It is client. Well, in theory, everything. No, sorry. Forget it. Everything in this class is client side. So it's not just one method. Everything here is client side. This class is client side only. Okay, so just to finish our description, then the client received the request in player controller. And displays the window. Displays the minigame window. Displays the minigame window and calls handle message. Let's say that is a bit different from it differs by game type, right? It differs by game type, see below. Because actually for the board game, client side we call minigame handle message. Sorry, game board handle message. And then handle message is calling update board, setup board. Is calling update board. That is then calling setup board the first time, right? Okay, I'm just trying to document it a bit because otherwise I'm lost. Okay, nice. At least we have a bit of information if I have to go back and think what it's doing, right? We have it on the wiki. By the way, our wiki is available. I mean, is on the web. I mean, is PS Wiki if you search it on Google, and it contains a lot of, you know, the game logic and things that we did. So if you want to see it, it's open. It's open to the public. Okay, so now that we have that, we have our setup board, and we know that is this one. There was a bit of a reasoning on the tile sides, right? All this code that you see here was really about the tile sides. One thing that I don't see though is columns and rows. Game options, yeah, it seems that this game option is actually not working. Because this check that is checking about plain squares, right, is flipping the colors anyway, even if you should not, for whatever reason. So it seems that our game options are not passed the way we want. So let me try to do something. Let me recompile, and we launch the client in debug mode, and we just check why the options are not set. I see that there is a set options that is actually not. The other thing I really need to do, I need to split these two classes. I need to split the game board with the tile, because at the moment they are in the same C++ and it's super annoying. And they really need to be in separate classes, right? Maybe I do it now. Yeah, I think I do it now. I think I do it now. So we create a new header file in why so annoying? Okay, anyway, here. And we call it PS game tile, right? PS game tile. .h. And we add another one which is PS game tile.cpp. I don't know why if I say add new item, you know, then he asked me again to specify. I don't know. Probably I should not. This is not the right option, but anyways, it's fine. PS game tile.cpp. And we will just need to be sure then we add them to source controller. Because we want these two guys to be in source control. Yes, exactly. And yeah. I think the copyright will be the same. Yeah, the name is slightly different, but PS game tile. I mean, it's fine. I'm, you know, putting the name of this guy. This guy is the guy that originally created this files. I want to keep his name just for the fun of keeping his name. Maybe one day he will see the stream and say, "Oh, it was me." See you, Fergus. Bye. You will be working on weapon option for Nolthrir? Okay. Nice. Fantastic. So now we need to move, basically, we need to move everything that is inside game tile. So this in the other file, because there is no reason why these two were you know, were you know, separate files. I mean, it's so stupid. Was it better for documentation to have it here so it was attached to the class? Probably, huh? Yeah, exactly. Undo. I think here it was in a better position because then when you look at this, you see the documentation. Okay, fine. The only thing that we need to be sure that we are passing through are I don't know if I have to copy all of this, probably not. But I think for now we'll just copy because I'm lazy. And then we can remove as needed, but... And then inside game tile, we will copy everything that is from... Yeah, from here down, right? It was a separator as well, but I think it's such a bad idea to have multiple classes in the same file. I mean, sometimes it may happen if the class is very, very, very small, and then okay, fine, but it has to be very small. But if not, you know, it's just going to generate trouble. Yeah, I'm doing this change because I really want to clean up that code. Let me regenerate the files and everything. I have a bit of messages, but too many messages. Let me just do something for my friends that we need to create. I need to create a Google Doc quickly for I need to create a Google Doc quickly. I will call it dinner order. Dinner, no, in Italian. And I have to make everyone edit. Oh my god, everyone edit is insane. Okay, now we have the just a second, I have to I'm copying order. Sorry. What is the menu? Wait a second. The menu. Easy. Okay, done. Job done. Sorry, I'm back. I just quickly organized some ordering. Okay, so what I said, yes, I wanted to regenerate the files and then I wanted to recompile. Okay, let's try to recompile this way. Now we need game board CPP. Probably needs a lot of stuff as well. Yes, it needs at least this, or it will never work. Game tile CPP needs at least this, or it will never work. Okay, we did a bit of cleanup. I think it's a good idea to split it. So at least it's clean. One failed. UPS game tile. Ah, yes, because it needs to include game tile. Because now it's called different. Some new account recently? Let's check immediately, Ulla. I migrated up to 41. Let's see. I migrated one today. Let me see. No. The last one is 41. 41 is the last one. I migrated all of those. So I migrated... you started with 301, right? Now we are at 341. So it's about 40 accounts. 40 new accounts that has been created since the launch. It's not a lot. We need 4,000, not 40, but anyway. I mean, a lot of people are already having an account, right? So it's about 40, yes. Now we have a problem that this class is... I think we need to forward declare it. Because we are using it, but we are using it in the other... Oops. UPS game time. So yeah, we got about 40 accounts. Bro. I cannot call it from here because... Because if I call it twice, I think it will give me a nested include something. Okay, we did it. Thank you. Okay, so now we should be in the same situation, but with the two files split and with a bunch less of redundant stuff. So now the only thing I need to understand is the only thing I need to understand. So the drag and drop was working, right? Yes. Now I deleted the set. Yeah. Let's see if it works basically, because I did many changes, even if it doesn't look like, but I did many changes. So also I removed two redundant functions. I split the source code into the two files and all of that. So I need to let's rerun it 1 second and see if all works as expected. Now the problem is that at the moment it's not working in multiplayer yet. So I need to I need to extend it multiplayer. But yeah, seems to be working as expected. Okay, nice. So we didn't break it, which is good. We didn't break it. Okay, now the problem is that this thing should go server side. And actually we already have the code, right? We already have the code because it was working already in the previous game, right? So okay, so let me delete maybe this setup board now because it's really unnecessary. And so now the point is, let me delete also the, well, yeah. Let me delete also this initialization because it's not used anymore. And this old setup board, okay. So all of that we deleted, which is nice. Now what I want to understand is why is not all black, considering that we said black plain, right? So if we said black plain, in theory it should be all black, but is not. So it means that this check, what clean board is doing? It's only doing that, okay. It means that this check is failing. No, I think this check is good, but the one that is failing is probably this one. Don't understand why, but somehow it is failing. So let's start the server and let's start the client in debug mode. In theory, there should be no reason, but never know. You never know. I would like to finish to watch this though. I think they are showing a bunch of stuff. There is also Tim Sweeney in the call. You see this guy is the CEO of Epic Games. Let me see what they say here. Studio Ink Fox.
Projects over on the Unreal Engine feed on our latest update of the program. There's some really genuinely cool stuff that people have been making.
Oh yeah, there's a big list of really outstanding projects, and I love how it goes anywhere from very like social good, heartwarming stories of like people using metahumans to, you know, as interpreters or doing sign language to help communicate to folks that may be hard of hearing, to, you know, obviously quirky, adorable, fun, innovative games, right? It's all kinds of different projects that get to be supported. So.
Yeah, and it feels great to be able to play at least a small part.
We will watch it a bit in pieces, okay? Ah, what do you mean? Because this one is already running. We watch it a bit in pieces while we waited for the compilation.
Of this development and see where these projects can go. So I feel like that's another one of those moments where it's like, oh, you did it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy to see you do this. But tears aside, we've talked a lot about resources that are available to you. But what happens when it's ready, when you're ready to actually ship your game? That's when the Epic Games Store comes in. So the Epic Games Store has a global audience north of 60 million monthly active users, which is an insane number to think about, let alone say out loud. And continues
60
to have
million
industry-leading
active
revenue
users.
share of 88.12.
Holy moly.
And keep in mind that games built in Unreal Engine that are distributed through the Epic Games Store do not pay royalties on those Epic Games. Also, developers can use their own payment systems for in-app purchases, and we do not take revenue share on any of those sales. And last but definitely not least, we're excited to share that self-publishing tools to ship your game on the Epic Games Store are coming as early as 2023. So stay tuned for more news on that.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. It has also been a
So I think we should put Plane Shift on the Epic Game Store, no? I don't know exactly what is the rule. I mean it will be more work for me, I guess, because then I need to, you know, update our website, update our updater thingy, and plus also updated the Epic Store. So, I don't know. But it would be nice to have it there. I mean, 60 million users. I mean, that's a lot of people. Game option 0. Yeah, that is our problem. So it seems that the options were not loaded properly. Setup board. Message. This call is not sending us the options for the board. Why? Message option 0. I know. It's not good, huh? Message option 0. That's the issue. That's the issue. 100%. So in this thing, so in this receive initial blah blah blah, it seems that we are not passing through the options the proper way. Mod options, int mod option, player black and white, mod options, in minigame option. So probably here is already problematic, huh? Here is already problematic. Okay, we need to understand why. So here we are already losing information. Minigame option black pieces, more options, game board, move piece, rule place only. Place on. Why? Wait. Mod options. But this is not enough, huh? I don't have the plain setting, so if I'm not sending the plain setting, how am I going to No, there is something broken here. There is something broken. It's strange because in theory yeah, but I think I know why. Send initial GM set, because this one was done differently in the old game, because add player, send initial, exactly, add player, multicast, add player, player name, blah blah blah, black or white, minigame idle, minigame, multicast, Message multicast. So here we are trying to multicast what? Is in this broadcast. White player or black pieces? Send. Option place only. Hey, but here is not sending. Is not sending the. Nah. You know, then there was a bug also in the old game. There was a bug also in the old game because it's not sending all the options. It's not sending all the options. It's sending the place only. Okay, fine. But wait a second. Wait a second. Mod options. We are missing that line. We are missing that line, boys. We are missing this line. Why I removed it? I have no idea. But I removed the line that is before this mini game board pieces. Yeah. So basically here. So these more options. Wait. Yeah, this mod option should take the options from the standard session when the session is initialized, hopefully from the game board. You know what is the problem though? The problem is that I think I need to... Yeah, I need to do it the opposite way, you know? Yeah, absolutely. I think I need to add all the default options first. And then I need to... And then I need to do this. Otherwise... it will not work. We can look, yes, but better them who look at you and PFs. Whereas the commission for the mega grant is later. No, there is no commission. There is a commission only if you do more than $1 million per year of revenue. And at the moment we are not. But if we do... if we do more than 1 million, then yes, we have to give some royalty to Epic Games. Do we want to start again the server in debug mode or the client, or we just hope that it works? Let's see. Let's hope that it works. Just because it takes way more time to go in debug mode. I will just launch it and see. In theory, if the options now on the game session has been initialized properly, I should have the board completely black. all the tiles should be black, right? So that's the idea. Ah, very nice. All the tiles are black. Okay, yeah, that line was missing. And so the line was not dividing, you know, the black or white thingies. Okay, okay, okay. So now that works. Okay, now that we have this, now that we have this, now we need to make it work in multiplayer. And the good news is that the code should already be there because it was working in the old game, right? But I think that the drop, when we do drop, so let me see, game tile. Game tile. So game tile on native drop, right? So if I go on native drop, commission in a meeting in you for talking, who have it or not, I still think in French. Right? What? Commission mistack. What do you mean mistack? Mistack? Mistake. Ah, mistake. Ah, you didn't want to say commission, you want to say a meeting. Ah, okay. So perhaps the meeting for the Mega Grand is later. Which meeting for the Mega Grand? There's no meeting. I mean, Mega Grand, we have a channel. We have a chat system for Mega Grand people. And I am in it. Lifetime. When you are Mega Grand once, you are Mega Grand forever, which is a fantastic thing. So it doesn't expire. It does not expire. So let me see what we do on the drop, right? Because on the drop, he's saying not allowed, but he's actually doing it. I mean, why the Visual Studio is so weird? He's giving an error here, you see? Pointing to incomplete class. But then he's actually compiling. How is that, you know? How is that possible? But anyway, drop piece, right? I don't think we need any more this dragging thingy. Don't send updates if the old tile and the new tile are the same. Yeah, that's a good point. But I think that this check, I do it already here. So I don't think we need to do that check again because it's done already. Right? So we don't need that check. Is creating a buffer with the update. So that is the update. Google said committee. Ah, yes, committee. Committee is better than commission. The committee for the Mega Grant. I don't understand what you mean, Hula. I don't know. You should make a phrase, a complete phrase, not pieces. Pieces of phrases exist only in your mind, not in mine. So it's impossible to understand if you could do pieces. But if you are mentioning the new Mega Grant, we were not accepted in the new Mega Grant. So we will not get the new Mega Grant. I received an email saying that we are not part of it, unfortunately. But we are still part of the previous one, which is good. And we can try again, next year. So maybe I will try again. So all this stuff we already do, but no, because it is server side, eh? This is server side. All tile, dragging piece. I think we can extend this thing and say new and old, but because I think this dragging piece, I don't know if we are really setting it properly. No, we set it only in the start dragging, so I think this start dragging is not used anymore. Exactly. So the start dragging is, I mean, we can remove it. Come on. I think this start dragging, we can remove it. And probably also the ease dragging, we can remove it. The only thing we need to save is this. And that needs to go, because that one was set on the game board. On the game board? Okay, I mean, we can set it on the game board from the tile. We have anyway the reference, so I think it's fine. The drag event is here. And basically what this guy is saying that, but I don't know if I really want to do it because yeah, he's basically doing it here, right? So here it would do something like board dragging and board dragging piece, right? With the current tile being which for us is us, right? Yeah, which for us is us. Is the current tile, yeah. And or the payload, because the payload is this as well. Yeah, the payload is the same. So we can set that so that when we actually drop, right? We tell the server that we actually drop the piece, and now we have it set. So we have the dragging piece set. Even if we pass it through. So we pass it through in. So I don't know why I need this kind of information really. I think it's redundant. I think that stuff is redundant. I mean, we are setting this dragging piece, but in reality I have it here in my tile, so I think it is redundant. But anyway, just for a second, let's leave it. So I will use my old tile equal to the dragging piece, and I will then invalidate the dragging piece. Okay, fine. And then here I'm checking. I'm basically sending in these updates the columns and the row, right? Now, I don't know if I really like this update, the way it's done. It's 4 ints, and he's trying to compress it. He's trying to compress it for whatever reason. Why is trying to compress it? I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, we had some compression fetish, I would say. We were trying to save bytes when sending data, but I don't think it's very relevant. So this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2. Tile state, empty tile. Ah, yes, because we are saying that the state is empty. Okay, so we say where and empty. And then we send, I would say the same. Right? So that should become a 6 and not a 4, I assume. So this update becomes a 6. Okay. Can we have it just as a normal array instead of an array? I mean, I think it will work probably the same, but I'm not completely sure. Okay, and at this point, we need to send this message to the server, right? So we have to create a message on player controller that is sending back the information. I don't think I'm thinking if I want to pass through blueprints, but I don't think so. I think it is completely scripted, right? So I don't think I need I'm thinking, but I don't think I need I think I need a server. I think we did already a few like this, maybe. In player controller, no. No, we did it in character, probably. We never did it on player controller, but it's the same. It's the same thing. Yes, like this. And this one has his own, you know, implementation thingy. Yeah. It's fine. So this will be a function server reliable, and it will be called something like what? I think we can call it exactly the way. I think it's called handle. Because this message, right? This message is what? This message is an MG update message, right? So this MG update message, server side, so in Minigame Manager, was received by, or by this update, or by this handle game update, one of the two. Yeah, probably this one. Handle game update. Yes, handle game update, because this one is calling this one. So we already have an handle game up. So if I do handle game update, right? And I pass in what? It was expecting FPS update message, which is actually different from the board message. Yeah, it's much simpler. It's a much simpler message. So we should create a new message. I think we should create a new message. And do I want to put it in messages? Where do I want to put it? Yeah, maybe I put it in messages. Why not? I have all the messages here, so I think I will put it here. So it will be a very simple structure. I don't need it even blueprints. I don't need it blueprint. I think this should be just a super simple. I don't know if we have it already. Let me see. MG update message. I don't think so, but oh, we have it already. We have it already? Okay, interesting. MG update message. Ah, okay, we have it already. Easy. Easy. We have it already, boys. Fantastic. I don't know why it's blueprint exposed, but I'm fine with that. I mean, if we have it already, I will not recreate it. Now, we are using this array of int, which is kind of bad. You know, this thing, updates are packed into sequential bytes. The first are defined. I mean, this thing is really bad. Can we change it? I don't really want it this way. I mean, what I want a source. I want a source and I want a destination. And if the source gets deleted, wait. Yeah, because that's the problem, that the old tile may not exist. The old tile may not exist. Ah, because he was sending the count, so he knew it. He knew if he was... If he was a full move or a new creation. I see. I see. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. So actually we need all of this stuff. So we can probably... I mean, I can also do it the same. Because then... in the count... Okay. I think it makes sense. Because actually it's not always the same message, right? So the count... the count is telling us if... and by the way, the count, I removed it from here. Num updates. Number of updates in this message. Yeah, exactly. Number of updates. Because it can be 1 or 2. Or many. Yeah. No, I think it's good. I think it's good. The only thing I need to do, probably I need a constructor for this thing, or no, I think we can just set the values. Okay. Okay, so in our new world, right? In our new world, I think this is okay. And then we need to create our F message, right? And this F message the first message, we have to set a bunch of stuff. We have to set a bunch of stuff. We have to set the current counter, right? We have to set the game ID. We have to set the number of updates. And we have to set the actual updates. Okay. And then we call our handle thingy, right? Our handle message on yeah, I think it should be done slightly different, because here, if I do this, I think it will fail automatically, right? It will fail automatically. So I just need to do add of this, right? Yeah, that is the new way. That is the new way. Wow, Brood War music. StarCraft Brood War. Did you ever play Brood War? No, eh? Before you were born, eh? There is StarCraft 1 music. StarCraft Brood War music. Nothing in Italy for these kind of things. I remember a long time ago, a young guy from my town made a rocket as a hobby, and we have all the possibility for money. Italy, man, Italy. Italy is a nice country, but for technology, I mean, it's nice for food and wine and. But for technology, probably not the best. And for video games, even less. Okay, so yeah, we need to create our method on this one, which is actually that. And is getting as an input, what is getting as an input? Our update message, right? This guy is getting just an F update message, right? And then we do the same that we did here, right? So we do an underscore implementation and all of that. We do, let me just copy it so I'm not inventing the wheel again. But it's very simple. I mean, just underscore implementation or whatever. Yes, just implement it this way. So this one will be called server side, right? For us. It's just the same name underscore implementation and nothing else. So it's as simple as that. obviously on player controller. So here we need to call, the only problem is here we need to call this guy with our message, but we need to call it on the current player, right? Actually, here we pass the player controller. Maybe we should set it on, because actually we have the player controller that is passed through this thing, but I think we don't have it in the drop though. We don't have it in the drop. I think we need to set it on the board. I think we need to set the player, the current player owning the board on the board itself. No? I think it's probably the best idea. So we set it once and otherwise, you know, I can I mean, I am anyway on the client, so I can do the get whatever. I think we did it, but it was a bit annoying, right? We did a get player controller. Because I mean, storing it is kind of stupid though. Can I get, let me see, on the client side, right? On the client side, do we have our player controller? No, we don't, huh? Player controller, who is setting this? Player controller. Yeah, bro, someone is setting it though. Yeah, it's sent to us in the setup. They are sending us the setup. Berlusconi challenge. No, Berlusconi, please. I mean, Berlusconi, I think you should just go into a nice island and just enjoy the rest of his life without bothering other people. It's what he should do. He's too old, you know. He's too old. I mean, he did his thing, and now can go rest. Go rest, have fun. Okay, so I think the point is that I need a let me do this. Unreal get player controller client side C++, right? There is this game statistics whatever. Where is it? Come on. Get a player controller C++. Yeah, there is U gameplay statistics, right? But I don't think it's the right way. We tried already, but I need the client side, huh? The problem is that if I use this, I'm pretty sure it will tell me that it's not. Did we use it already? Let me just search the wall everything. Ah yes, we did it already. We did it already. Get account ID. Oh, that is significantly wrong. Well, if we are calling it only on client, I think it's fine, yes. If you are calling it only on client, I think it's fine. But I don't know if I like this, but so on the client, this is basically getting the current player. So I don't have to store it. I think I prefer avoid storing it. Right? So I think we can just do it this way. Assuming it works. So, but we used it already, so I think it does. I think it does. So we send so we call handle game updates, right? An handle game update, as we said, is defined on our player controller, and now we are going to implement it with underscore implement. Right? And this will be generated by the pre-parser, and anyway, it will be there. So now, usually the first thing that I do when I'm getting a server function is anyway to print out the function name, so we know that we got it. And I think after this, I think this is log minigames, by the way. I think after this, what we do, I think is implementation, or implement, or implementation. Wait, is implement something. Implementation. It's underscore implementation, actually. Yeah, I didn't do it very often. I mean, I did it like one time or two, because usually we go through blueprints, which I don't know if it's a great idea, but anyway, yeah, because we have to. Okay, anyway, it will be underscore implementation. Okay, so how are you, coach, today? So what do we do? We now have to call our minigame manager, right? And we have one. We have a minigame manager just waiting to be called. And here we need to do the same thing that the old game was doing. So we said that minigame manager is actually calling handle something. Why the handle is not here, but then when I... because this is inside a session. Handle game update. Yes, exactly. Handle game update. And we should already have a handle game update in theory, no? Let me see. But inside Minigame Manager, if we ported it, we should have Minigame Manager. No, wait. Handle game update. Yeah, exactly. Handle game update. Handle game update. Now, is this private or what? Is protected. Why the hell is protected? Because it was coming through with subscription messages, that's why. But this handle game update we need it public because we need to call it from our game board, right? From our player controller, actually. Yeah, from our player controller. So we will call handle game update, and we need as usual the pawn. We need our pawn, and we need the actual message. So the message will be the message and the client will be the pawn, right? So this will basically call server side the update. Extra inflamed today. I see. Let me see if they answer to my question. No, they didn't. No one answered, basically. I asked that question in Aria's Slacker saying... Bye. Dragging cannot... Yeah, but this dragging thing... You know what? I think I'm going to remove this dragging thing. I think is completely useless. No, I mean, I ported it, but I think it's useless. And it's also not required. I don't understand why we have this dragging. I mean, maybe in the old logic... Right? In the old logic, it made kind of sense, but... For us, this style is this style, so it's the same thing. There is another thing that I want to kill, and I probably will do it soon, is to... Because there is another array that we were keeping with the actual tiles, and I don't understand exactly why. Because I'm setting row and column anyway in my my UPS style. I'm not sure why we should have let me see. Maybe there is a reason, but I'm not completely convinced there is a real reason. This dragging, I'm going to remove it, and this dragging piece, I think I'm also going to remove it. And Because now the logic is a bit simple. Yeah, this one, these tiles, right? What is these tiles used for? Because in theory, I have all the children in my vertical box, right? So if I want to have all my tiles, I can anyway, at any time, get children from the board, because the board owns all the tiles. So I don't think I need to keep another array, basically. If you want to get the tiles, we just get children. Now, obviously, it will complain, right? But yeah, let me see where it's used. Okay, it's used in the clean of the board. Fine. Can remove it. It's used here where we add the tile because we want to populate the array. And then we have it here, but here is actually wrong. Ah, now I understand. Is because when the update comes in, you don't know which tile. Well, in theory it's fairly easy, because if you can get the child at a specific location, a specific index, we can just multiply column and row and we get it. Yeah, exactly. I think it's much easier. Can we get, wait a second, so we have a root, object, right? We have a root object. Can I get, we have a root widget, right? Can I get from the root widget the child at position? Yeah, I can. I can get child at. I can get child at. So yeah, then is super easy. Because I can get the child. I can get the child at my row count, right? Assuming that this is 0 based, but I think so. So this will get my horizontal box, right? So this is my horizontal thingy. Right? And that is basically my row. And then inside my row, I get my game tile, right? Which is this one, which is the column. So if I do UPS game tile, temp tile or something, and then we also cast to game tile starting from this row and getting the child at exactly the same way, and this time we get the column. In theory, we should get. Now, if that's invalid, is a bit of a problem, obviously, because it means that we got an update of an invalid row, right? Which should never happen. In theory, it should never happen, because you see that this is prone to fail, huh? It is prone to fail. So I think I can check if row is valid, you know. I mean, if it's not valid, we just continue. Maybe we should give him an error message of some kind, but like received update of an of impossible row, whatever. We can say received update of invalid row, right? And we can say the row that we are getting, which is the rows. Ah, mistakes were made, which is I and J. And I think we can say the same here, because if the game tile doesn't exist, received update on invalid column, invalid row column, then we can say %d, and we can say ij, right? So this just prevents this for loop to actually crash by so basically this means, you know, that we don't need these tiles anymore, right? Let me just understand what this guy is doing. So he's cycling on all the thingies. And then he's updating the full board, huh? And then he's updating the full board. And K is less than tile num. Yeah, okay, this K less than tile num is not relevant anymore. So basically here is our temp tile, right? And we need to set the content of that tile. So yeah, it's basically running through this and finding the right child and applying the updates. Yes. Which are only updates in terms of piece and not in terms of background, right? Because I think the background, yeah, is managed differently. And then it may be updating also the list of available pieces. Okay. So now unfortunately it's a bit late, but it's after midnight. So, but now basically we have the message going from the server to the client, from the client to the server. You see, succeeded the compilation. So I should get server side the drop message. We can see it, but and then it will probably crash because I never executed the server side for this part. But when we reach minigame manager handle game update, this part has never been tested, right, in Unreal. But I think we will arrive here. I think we will arrive inside of this, and we will find the session, verify the session, apply the updates potentially. And verify the range. Okay, yeah, we verify the range and we check if it's a valid move compared to all the theory, and then we apply the updates. And then this broadcast is again something that we need to re-implement, because at the moment this broadcast is working on the old system. This one, right? Receive minigame board message. This is the update to the client. I don't know if I really want to go through the blueprints, but because here we are going through blueprints, but it's not really needed. Okay, so now if we drop here, we want to see server side. Exactly, this call. Player controller base handle game implementation. Perfect. So the server received the move. Okay, the server received the move. And now I cannot do it now because I'm out of time, but I think that now we just need to validate that basically this call, right, is working properly. But before I forget, because then I forget for sure, let me just document a bit this thing. So the client side, we call this, and this. Yes. Then when we do, let's say, what? Then when the client executes a move, what happens? So the first thing that happens is inside tile, and we execute game tile on native drop, right? Because this is the move. And after on native drop, we go board drop piece, which is still client side. And then this guy is calling the server, right? This guy is calling the server. I think I can say client, no, and then I can just say server probably. And server is player controller, handle game update, and then server again, minigame handle game update, right? Minigame manager handle, minigame manager, not session, handle game update, right? So this is happening. Minigame update, and then what happens? And then we send an update. I don't understand this exactly. If the session is not valid to update, we send back a kind of a read-only message. I don't know exactly what's that, but for sure we go into minigame session update. That is then resending the board layout. There is then broadcasting. Yeah, exactly. Which is then broadcasting the thingy to the client through this minigame session send. And after this minigame session send, we need to think if we want to have the receive because the receive will be on the client again, obviously, will be on the client again, but we need to think if we want to have it this way, like an implementable event or not. I don't think it should be an implementable event. I don't think we have anything to do client side. I mean, sorry, blueprint side. I don't think we need a blueprint event. I think we can say with okay, so this is basically what happens. Now, let me put it in a better format. If we could take all of this and make it one chunk, right? Okay, so I think that this will show as a single. Okay, perfect. Yeah, the only problem is that let me see, this should be indented with that, this should be indented with that. No, wait, this is restarting because it is the server side. There is the server side, server side, server side, server side, and then client. Okay. So we show a bit of cascade here, but it is good. Okay, I'm gonna save it. So here you have the wall cycle, right? Native drop piece is still on the client in the game board. So you go from tile to board to player controller to minigame manager to session, game session, send, and then receive again. Okay. So here we have a track of. So if we have to modify it again in the future, I think it's easy. Okay, boys, I think we made good progress. I'm happy about that. So we integrated the system into the game and is kind of working, at least client side. Server side and multiplayer needs to be tweaked a bit, but I think it should be fine. I think it should be fine. I think it should be fine, boys. So I think I'm gonna go. We'll thank you for watching. We don't have a lot of people. Do we want to raid someone? I don't know. There's Team Vash. We can raid Team Vash, but guys, you are not very active in Twitch, huh? I mean, it's okay. I mean, I don't need a big audience. I mean, I will do the game anyway, so anyway, let's go Team Vash. Why not? So see you tomorrow. Bye bye. We'll continue with this. Tomorrow we are finishing these minigames, so tomorrow minigames will work, I think. Hopefully, I think they will. And then I will do another release, maybe, with minigames, huh? Let's think about it. Bye! See you!